Hi, it's Mr. Rowe. Today we are going to curve some 1-inch solid brass bars using a propane forge and my hydraulic press.
Jesus.
Across the top of the security cage you can see there's curved 1-inch and 1/2-inch bars all across the top, and then it goes around the curved corner back to the wall there.
So I have these 1-inch solid brass bars that I want to bend to a radius in my heavily modified press here. Cylinder off of something. And it's being driven by this hydraulic unit, which is mounted on my punch press. You see all the valve system back there. It has, this is 3,500 psi, I believe. And then I have an air over oil. Wow, it's filthy back here. Air over oil pump there that's 5,000 psi if I need some more oomph. Anyway, that's connected to this press. So when I bend it, just cold, it's a fairly swooping radius, so I didn't think it would need heat to bend it, but it's springing back. Jesus. Scary. So it looks like I need to add some gussets. I was already thinking it, but I was just trying it one more time. Anyway, I definitely need to add some gussets here because it has gone and I'm going to modify this corner here so it's not gouging the bar, especially if I have to heat this up, it'll be softer. So I need a more of a radius on both ends. And yeah. Okay, so I welded in a couple square tubes here, one on each side, so that should prevent it from being able to tip over. The bottom plate's fairly thin, so it didn't really have much rigidity. And just a wood shim in there to make it snug so it can't move side to side. The other thing I had realized, it was clamped to this, which also can move side to side. Which leads to the next thing I was going to say. I'm going to add some little guides on each side here so nothing can jump off. Okay. I just used a torch and I bent down both sides, but then I remembered that I need to do 1/2-inch bar in this after these 1-inch bars are done. And if I welded on some guides, I would just have to grind them off. So I'm just going to put some clamps on here to keep the bar from rolling off. And I never mentioned these top and bottom plates. They're laser cut pieces that I ordered with the proper radius, accounting for the thickness of the flat bar that I was planning on putting on.
If you haven't already, you can watch my video how I made this propane forge and the propane forge burner. Just click the link above. And I've pretty much used this to do everything except blacksmithing. So the key here is not to get the brass too hot, otherwise it'll start to bubble and become brittle. So at just the right temperature, kind of a cherry red, it'll become pliable enough to bend. Come on, man, stop being such a chicken and just bend it. The ends will be trimmed to length later and then drilled and tapped. So I discovered here I get a more consistent curve if I flip the rod around and then restrike it. Wow, that was hot. That was a marathon. So they're all very close. These ends are getting trimmed quite a bit. So I think we're good. If I maybe have to tweak an end here and there, but pretty close. Fuck, that's gonna look good. Oh my god. Determined that I can fit 3 1/2-inch. If I just clamp them together and heat them up at one time, I can do 3 at a time. So because I want to heat up these as fast as possible, 3 at a time, I just added this heavy gauge rectangular square tubing on the back through the back doors. Just some steel to try and keep some heat in over the entire length of the rods. They can stick out the back, but they won't cool off maybe quite as quick inside that steel. Always being careful here not to overheat one spot. But Mr. Rowe, shouldn't you be annealing them by quenching them in water? Well, technically I am annealing them by letting them air cool. And this isn't really a structural component. So, finally, all done. They're pretty consistent. It's hard to tell a little bit because the ends all the ends are being trimmed, so there's some variation. But after they're trimmed, they should be very similar. And then I have to drill and tap both ends on all of them. Yay. So I have 2 more rods to go here. They're all just slightly different lengths because of the corner radius. And then I need to build some type of corner cap here. I have an idea what I'm going to do there. And then there's what feels like a zillion more 1/2-inch rods that go all along here between all of these to match the ones below it. And along here to match the ones on the side. I need a piece of flat bar to mount to the wall and also hold the curved rods, so I decided to use a oxyacetylene torch just for some more direct heat on just the curved section. But you have to watch because it's hotter than the propane burner. That's it right there. Slowly things are coming together, more and more pieces being put in place. I have the corner done there, and then this back to the wall section. In my next video we'll be seeing the completed cage and with the cabinetry below it. Thanks for watching.